Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Talking Games with Kellie and Andrew. I'm Andrew.
I'm Kellie.
Okay, there's so much anger behind that. You okay?
Yeah, you've put me in a bad mood.
Why did I put you in a bad mood, Kellie?
Because I think some of your Succession takes are just bad.
Yeah.
I think they're wrong, and I think they're bad, and I'm in a bad mood now.
So Kellie and I spent 7 minutes during the recording talking about the new HBO show instead of talking about, well, I guess it's not a new HBO show, but the HBO show Succession instead of talking about games. So it won't even be a cold open because no. Also, a 7-minute cold opening sounds a little overwhelming, don't you think?
Yeah, I would say, people would probably be, tune in to hear us talk about video games, and then all of a sudden we would actually just be talking about Succession, and they'd be like, this is not the podcast I was promised.
You mean exactly what we're doing right now?
Well, I said the word video games, so
I think
we're still safe for SEO
I have
purposes.
something to bring us back on message.
All right.
Kellie, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Andrew.
Not to you, not to me,
No.
but to Talking Games with Kellie and Andrew.
Woo!
As of May 25th, just a few days ago, we had our 2nd anniversary, which means we are now, as of this episode releasing, in year 3 of Talking Games.
Year 3?
Yeah, we did year 1, then we did year 2, and now we're entering year 3.
Gotcha.
We are starting our junior year of Talking Games.
Yeah. If we were a dog, we would be allowed to legally drink in dog years.
Well, Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're not, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I'm not, but I am.
I think we just turned 2.
Oh,
but
you're right.
I don't think there's specific laws on dog alcohol, so.
I didn't go to school to do math, okay? So
No.
I went to school to do meth, so.
Hey.
Just kidding, it's a joke. You can edit that out. It's a joke, everybody.
Do you know who else did meth?
A little man named Gollum?
Probably.
Well, I don't know if you've heard, Andrew, but the Gollum video game came out.
Uh-huh.
And reviews were shockingly low. Maybe shocking isn't the right word.
I would say it was pretty shocking. I didn't expect this.
It is, as of right now, the worst reviewed game of 2023. Citing a lot of jank, a lot of just unfunness. I don't think this is really that surprising. I think we said continually every time we've covered this game that it looks really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't particularly shocking to me.
I didn't expect it to be one of the worst reviewed video games ever. I didn't bet on that. Are you okay there?
Yeah, I just burped.
Yeah, no, I heard it running up your body, so the listeners will enjoy that.
No, please.
Nope.
Please. I can't give away my burps for free on the internet, okay?
Well, it's not like giving them away because they have to find them, and nobody's going to find this while looking for it.
Well.
Anyway, Kellie, I think this news is shocking and sad, and I'm totally disappointed that I'm not going to be playing Gollum now. Let's check if my library has a copy.
I think it might be a little bit sad for the developers, the designers who maybe spent time on this game and are disappointed with the final product they shipped. But I guess at the end of the day, you still got paid, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure they're a tiny bit upset, but they'll be okay. I'm sure most of the people involved knew what they were doing, you know?
Sure.
I'm checking, and they do have a copy at a library near me, so I might go get this game.
I'm not even sure you'll be able to play it. You might put it into your PlayStation and it'd explode.
But what if I get it for my Xbox?
I always forget which one you have.
I have both. They have both.
Yeah, but you use the Xbox more, don't you?
No, I use the PlayStation way more.
But I thought you had Game Pass.
Yeah, but the games I want to play aren't on there usually.
Oh, so you're saying Game Pass is worthless?
I'm saying Game Pass doesn't have brand new third-party titles.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, I'm actually
get,
probably going to go pick that up now.
That's crazy to me.
Well, we're going to see each other in a couple weeks. I feel like it'd be fun if I had a copy.
I feel like I'd be scared if I saw a copy of it in your house. It'd be like the Necronomicon from The Evil Dead. Necronomicon?
Necronomicon.
That's correct.
Yeah. What did you say? Necromicon?
Yeah.
No, that's the convention for Necroma. My favorite fictional character from Lord of the Rings Gollum.
Stupid. Oh.
Anyway, Kelly, let's get right into the big caboodle, the big kabam, the big showcase.
Phil?
Phil
Jim?
is Xbox.
Jimothy?
Jimothy
I
is
did that
PlayStation.
as we were watching too. I said
Phil
Spencer.
he said, "Where's Phil?" And we're like, "What? What do you mean, Phil?"
I'll tell you right now, the only man I know is Jeff Keighley.
You don't even know me?
No.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
the other person, we watched this with friend of the show, Cameron, via chat. So we were all talking to each other during the show. And I'm very glad we did that because this was a brutal showcase. It was like an hour and 15 minutes long. It had a ton of live service games and a lot of VR. They promised before the show that there was going to be a lot of reveals of new PlayStation Studios games. And, you know, as I would say fans of like single player narrative adventures here that PlayStation's really good at, I was a little taken aback that every single PlayStation Studios reveal here was a live service game. Most of them were from studios that are unproven, new studios that they bought for the purpose of making live service games, whose names do not carry excitement because they haven't done anything yet. That's just my opinion, I guess. There were also very few release dates, and a lot of the games that we did see that were exciting were cinematic trailers. So you get the fun version because we're going to break it down for you here and talk about the good stuff, but I'm not going to tell you about, what was the first one called? Fair Games, but with a dollar sign. Fair Game Dollar or Fair Games, but the S is a dollar sign.
I think either way, it's stupid.
Yeah, I don't really care about PlayStation's take on Rainbow Six Siege. But
Yeah.
I do care about Phantom Blade Zero. This is from a pretty much brand new studio from Beijing. If you look into their past, they haven't really done anything too notable. They've done little tiny indie titles, so it appears they got some serious funding now. But this is a sort of Souls-like looking game in a Chinese setting, ancient Chinese. I could not put the timeline here because it is just a trailer. But I think it looks really interesting. I'm a big fan of the art style. I think the combat looks really fun. The trailer was a little odd because there's like a lot of camera angles that wouldn't be possible in gameplay, which always makes me feel just like a little weary. But I would say this is one of the highlights of the show. I think it was a really cool looking game, and I'm excited to see what these developers are doing.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that this was kind of a nice balm after the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
I thought it looked really cool. I don't have any strong opinions on it. I probably won't play it until it's not full price.
Yeah. But
But I like the design aspect. I think that there's a really nice like cohesion behind the design from what we can see in the trailer. And I think that the combat looks really, really fluid, which I like. And I was getting some Lady Maria vibes from Bloodborne. She's got like swords and they shoot out like blood that turns into fire. It's pretty cool. Anyway, very excited to maybe see more of this game.
Yes.
I don't know.
You'll find out. In who knows how long, there's no release date.
Yeah. Yeah, like you were saying, so many of these games just like didn't have any sort of release date. They barely even had a window. They basically just had a year, and some of them not even that.
The majority of them had no window. The majority, so.
Yeah. So this was followed up by a trailer for a new game called Sword of the Sea. It's by the people who made Abzu. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Abzu? And Journey, which, you play a little guy and you're going somewhere. That's kind of the gist of those games, which seems to be the gist of this game too. Except instead of walking, you're on a cool little sword, which is kind of like a skateboard. This was a pretty quick trailer, just barely a minute, and we got no release date, just coming to PS5. So
it's gorgeous, though.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. I mean, I wouldn't really expect anything less from these creators. I think Journey's a really beautiful game. I think Abzu is a really beautiful game.
Mm-hmm.
This place is called Necropolis. Remember when we were like Necronomicon?
Yeah.
Necronomicon.
Macropolacacon.
Exactly. So,
let's
coming to PS5. Who knows when?
Keep the indie train rolling. We have a multi-platform game that was announced here from the creators of Grease, a very pastel-looking, hand-animated, side-scrolling game. You may be familiar with it. It's Gris. I've played that game. I loved it. Well, they're making a new game. It's called Neva. It's coming out next year. It's about a lady, and she has a wolf friend who meets a very unpleasant fate. And I wish this wasn't in a trailer because it made me sad. But it appears that you're going to go on an adventure with the wolf baby. It's like a wolf with antlers, and you're going to go on an adventure with it. And it looks stunning. It is multi-platform, so it's not just PlayStation, but I'm excited to see this. This is one of actually the coolest reveals, I would say. I'm very excited to play this.
Yeah. I thought that a big white wolf in my mind always reminds me of Princess Mononoke.
And it has that vibe for absolute certain.
I think that's definitely the mood here.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. This was a very sad trailer. I was like very upset watching it. And you guys were yucking it up on the call. You were like, "No, what's happening? What's happening?" You were like the two old men from Sesame Street, or the Muppets. I mean, that's what it felt like. And meanwhile, I was like, wah, wah,
it was pretty upsetting. But we were also just having a good time. But they were also showing a dog dying, so that was not a very good time.
Yeah. And you know what? We were having a really good time until we saw the trailer for the next game announced.
I had a great time during this trailer. Do not misrepresent my words.
I apologize. Have you ever played Splatoon, Andrew?
Yeah. Have you ever played Fortnite?
Yeah, I have actually. Well, if you want a video game that you thought maybe was Fortnite, but actually is just Splatoon, you could always play Foam Stars, which is a new Square Enix game announced, which is basically a Splatoon-esque, a Splatoon copy, but instead of ink, it's foam. And there's a cast of characters who look like they all belong in Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
And it's available. Yeah, and it's available not only for the PlayStation 5, Andrew, but also for the PlayStation 4. When is it coming out? I guess we'll never know.
I mean, we'll eventually know, but I think it's a little upsetting to announce a game like this without even giving a release date.
Yeah, it certainly was questionable.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Like, I mean, I don't know.
It's bad.
Yeah, I mean, it is literally Splatoon, but
Yes.
less like imaginative and fun.
I think the concept is even fine, but the fact that the art style is like wildly Fortnite-esque, like it looks like they took Fortnite assets and made like a fan game with Fortnite models.
Yeah.
It
is
so
even
strange.
Like the little creatures are very Fortnite-esque.
Yes.
It just doesn't, it's not very original. I don't know. It doesn't look good to me at all.
Well, something that probably does look good to you, because it looks good to, I think, everybody that I've talked to.
It looks good.
What?
You said it looks good.
Do not tease me.
Please don't tease me.
Please don't tease me while I talk about The Plucky Squire. This is, we saw this game last E3 season during the Devolver Digital Direct. This is a game where you play as a little squire on a storybook page. His name is Jot, which is cute because it's like you're jotting down a note. Mm-hmm. And you have a little mouse friend named Pip, which is Precious. And you're able to jump off of these storybook pages and enter what looks like a pretty vast 3D platformer with a lot of collectathon elements, some combat. I think this game is absolutely stunning to look at, and I'm really, really excited to play it. This is probably one of my most anticipated indies right now. I'm just blown away how good this game looks.
Yeah, I thought it was nice to see it again because I had kind of forgotten about it. Mm-hmm. It really reminds me of, I don't know if you played these games when you were younger. Do you remember Drawn to Life?
Oh, I could see that, yeah.
I think it's just the storybook element. But, yeah, I feel like this was a very impressive trailer. It was nice to see more 3D elements. I'm kind of sad we didn't get a release date beyond 2023, which it's June 2023. So,
yeah.
There's only 6 months left of the year.
I'm kind of happy because we didn't even have that before. So I thought this might be one of those games that slips into 24. So knowing it's this year, I'll take that as a relief.
Yeah. You know what game also perhaps has some elements of
you got this.
A little guy.
There you go. Yeah, I guess so.
Big guy. So there were some. There was a very interesting announcement trailer. Which it was funny in the call. We were all trying to guess what it was because there was all sorts of critters, and then the critters were being eaten by bigger critters, and then all of a sudden there was a big snake. Because Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater is coming out. This is a remake of the third Metal Gear Solid game. This was just literally an announcement trailer. It's all we got. Nothing else. I was not shocked. I think that this was one of those things that was leaked or teased or whatever.
We've I feel like it's been soft leaked for months.
Yeah. But I think it's interesting that this is the game that they chose to remake.
I mean, I think because they're calling it Faithful, which means they don't have to hire designers, which means this would be the only one that they could directly remake. Because I feel like 1 and 2 would take some overhauling. So they would have to hire some pretty impressive designers. And I think they're worried about poking that bear. Because they're not calling Kojima back for this by any stretch.
No.
And I think having designers try to rework Kojima games would be very difficult. So that's why I assume they're going for 3, and maybe they'll remake the rest at some point. But I don't know. It was hard to be excited for this when I'll probably play it. It's probably going to be good because it's a good game, and if they're just making it visually nice, which it will be, Konami knows how to make good graphics at the very least. I'm curious to play it, but it's also who knows how far off.
Right. We literally got nothing. So who knows?
Add it to the pile of no release date announcements.
So true.
And then rip off of the pile Alan Wake 2, a game that previously we knew was coming this year, allegedly, but now we know is coming October 12th. And we got an actual gameplay reveal. I think this game looks really impressive. It's visually pretty nice. Looks a little freaky. Alan Wake looks pretty Keanu-esque. And you play as not just Alan Wake, but this FBI agent. I do not know her name, but you play as her.
It's Saga. Her name is Saga.
That's a great name.
It's a very interesting name. considering what a saga is. A collection of stories.
Yeah. But this is only Alan Wake 2. Can't call it a saga if there's only 2. Well, you probably can. Anyway.
What does it mean? What does it all mean?
I think we were pretty surprised by that October 12th.
Yeah.
I kind of thought this game was going to slip away, but no, it's hitting that Halloween deadline.
Yeah, man. I am so excited for this game. The first Alan Wake came out a long time ago. And it was one of those properties that I guess we all kind of just thought was going to be a one and done.
Yeah.
But the world and the story was very rich. I mean, maybe not the world so much, because I think it's pretty much just like Twin Peaks, the game, but a little bit different. Just kidding. Mm-hmm. It's not Twin Peaks at all. It's the environment is very Twin Peaks-esque. But anyway, I was really excited when I saw that October 17th release date. I don't know why I said October 12th.
Because, I don't know. October 12th sounds correct.
But the funny thing is I'm getting married a few days after that, so I'm going to have like no time to play this game.
Well, just cancel the... Just cancel...
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I think that makes more sense. I'm excited, though, because Alan Wake is like, it's a scary game, but it's not like... I don't know how to describe it. It's not so like... You know what I mean? It's like it's a little more, it's not like so in your face.
It's not jump scary, it's like environmental.
Yeah, it's kind of like a slow burn. The first one was, at least.
This game definitely looks like it has some blah, but not an overwhelming amount.
Yeah, this was my most exciting thing that I saw until the next thing that we saw.
Okay.
Which was also very exciting because we were shown off the very first trailer for Dragon's Dogma 2, which is a game that we kind of didn't know about. This was exciting to me personally because I loved Dragon's Dogma 1, which used to just be Dragon's Dogma. But this was funny because we were on the call and I was like, I bet this is Dragon's Dogma 2. And then it was. Like, I called it. I just want some credit for that.
Well, because it said Capcom and you were like, well, obviously. It's like, well, they haven't shown anything yet. And then you were right.
Well, it was like something about the style of I don't know. The game to me had a very unique... Dragon's Dogma 1 has a very unique design, even though you might think that it's sort of a generic fantasy. To me, it has a very unique design. I played a lot of it when I was younger, when it first came out on my Xbox 360. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. Unfortunately, we got absolutely nothing in terms of release. So don't really know when this is happening. There was a little bit of gameplay, some cinematics, so I'm expecting maybe 2024.
Yeah, it is Capcom, so they're usually pretty darn quick. That's why I was really surprised there was no release date.
Yeah. I think something that people who haven't played Dragon's Dogma maybe don't get is it's hard. It's a difficult game, and it's also like the pawn mechanics make it very interesting. It's kind of, I don't want to say Monster Hunter-esque, but there are elements of Monster Hunter in it, I would say. So I'm excited for all the people who didn't play the first one to maybe go back, revisit, and then play the second one too.
Is it really going to be a direct sequel story-wise? Do you know?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe a few years later. I don't really know, but the antagonist looks the same to me. So I'm pretty blown away by this trailer. I think it looks really stunning, and they have a really good art style going here. Yeah,
I'm
big fan.
I don't know. It's one of those games I'm like, I really want to play this, but then I'd have to play the first one. So part of me is like, maybe I'll just watch the story of the first one, because my goodness, this game looks pretty incredible.
Yeah.
We'll see what else is coming out at the time. Maybe I'll have time to play the first before this one, because it's often on sale for like $2.
Yeah.
But it's not a question of money. It's a question of time.
Right. It is a commitment for sure.
Of course, the most replayed moment in this trailer features some
Cat girl?
No.
Booba?
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like, YouTube really called everyone out with that feature.
Yeah.
You know?
I thought it'd be like the scary dragon eating that stone at the end, but no, it's the scary phoenix lady with well endowment. So let's move on from that. Kelly, the third to last reveal was not a video game, but Gran Turismo, the movie, a trailer.
Yes.
So that was exciting, right? We were so excited.
No.
Oh.
It's funny. It was a trailer we had seen before.
Yeah, but it was cut differently, Kelly.
Yeah, so true.
How about, okay, so that's the third to last, but the second to last, of course, is going to be a big thing, right? Mm-hmm. And you were really excited by Project Q, the cloud-based portable console, right? You weren't?
No.
Oh, wait. Sorry. You were excited by the official PlayStation earbuds.
Yes, that was what I was looking forward to this whole presentation.
Yes. The second to last thing announced was Project Q and earbuds. Project Q, a worthless handheld console because it cannot be played without high-speed internet, which means, let's be realistic here, you can play it at home, probably nowhere else.
That's so bad.
That's so bad. You can't play this at a hotel. Hotel Wi-Fi is not going to be good enough for this. You're not going to be able to play this at the airport.
No, definitely not.
And, I don't think that used to be a thing with handhelds. I don't think the argument of, well, where can I play it? That was not necessarily the important part. But now it's okay, this is not a handheld exclusive console. This is a device for playing PlayStation 5 games somewhere else. But realistically, that only somewhere else is a different room of your house.
Plugged into the Wi-Fi cable.
Yeah, and I'm this is pointless. This is wildly pointless. And it has, Nintendo Switch Joy-Con, the PlayStation 5 controller. The DualSense has been split in half and stuck on two sides of a tablet. This is going to be expensive.
Yeah. I don't understand this. I don't understand this push for cloud gaming. I don't get it. I never will. It's
bad.
It's bad. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work in a portable sense. It barely works in any other sense. So I just don't understand.
I'll say it's fine as a supplement to regular video game options. To use it as an exclusive ability to play games, that's a bad idea,
Right.
We'll see how it turns out in probably a long time, but
yeah. You know what I'm going to play on my Project Q?
Nothing, because you're not getting one. But what are you going to play on your Project Q, Kelly?
Spider-Man 2, which was what closed out the show, unsurprisingly. We got a very long gameplay reveal, trailer-esque kind of thing, where we basically got to see Peter and Miles. We got to see the switch back and forth thing. The GTA 5 switch back and forth thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to see Peter, who interestingly enough seems to have an encounter with the symbiote, which is Venom, for those who don't know. So he was wearing the Venom suit. And we got to see all sorts of different types of gameplay. A little bit of combat, a little bit of swanging. But unfortunately, we did not get a date. We just maintained that fall release window that we already knew about, which is a little bit shocking because this game looks pretty good, and it's also June.
Fall is in a few weeks.
So, yeah. I would have loved to get a final date. I think right now I'm going to ballpark it November is kind of what I'm thinking now.
I really thought it was going to be September, but now it's I don't know if they're not confident enough to say that now.
Yeah.
Are they really confident enough to say it? I'd be shocked. They'd have to announce the release date in the next couple weeks for me to believe September.
Yeah. I mean, who really knows what's going to happen in the next couple weeks? There's a lot of things. The beginning of June is always crazy for gaming news. So who really knows what's going to happen? But I don't know. I thought the game looks good. Like I said, I think it looks good. I mean, the gameplay looks fun. It looks like Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
but with both of them now, which is I always like the inclusion of Miles Morales. I feel like he has really become a much more popular character in the past couple of years, and it's nice to see him be the other main character. I love the Venom suit. I love Venom. He's like, that's my guy for real. Like, I am in love with him in like not a normal. Anyway, but so it was cool to see that be. I think it's interesting. Peter Parker, who's voiced by Yuri Lowenthal. His Peter Parker voice and his natural speaking voice, so to speak, is not super intimidating.
No.
And it shouldn't be as Peter, because Peter's not a scary guy. But his symbiote suit voice is like very. It's just interesting, and it's funny because
scary.
he's played scary characters. Like he's played scary characters before. He's been around a really long time. You know, he did the voice for Sasuke from Naruto for like years and years and years and years. It was just jarring. I think maybe because I'm just used to him as Peter, because that's been his thing, you know, for the past.
I think
couple
we're
years,
all just kind of. I love him, but I think we're all maybe just a little too used to Yuri Lowenthal, so it's kind of hard to put him in new boxes, you know.
Yeah, but
like
you know,
Troy Baker and like Matt Mercer and like even like Ray Chase and Robbie Damon, who are like newer. I feel like those actors kind of have more. It's not even necessarily more range. It's just their voice changes more per role. Whereas Yuri Lowenthal, bless his incredibly talented heart, kind of always sounds like Yuri Lowenthal.
Yeah, it's just like the tonal quality of his voice does not change over like too much. But I don't want this to sound like we're ragging on him.
No, he's so talented.
I am excited to see more of the like Venom suit Peter Parker, because he was really he was wild. He was wilding out.
I'm curious what's like. Is it gonna just be like the Spider-Man 3 thing where there's like a little bit where he's kind of edgy and then he stops being edgy after like a couple hours, or is this like the game?
Is he gonna be like Tobey Maguire when he's like
snapping?
What does he say? It's like a meme now.
The dancing on the street thing?
Oh no, when he's yelling at his landlord to fix the door.
No, fix your own darn door.
Yeah, something like that. He says, "Fix the darn door."
You're allowed to say it.
Oh, well, I won't.
Let's see. I'm gonna
keep that E tag off.
What's it? The what?
It's fix the damn door. He yells at the landlord to fix the. It's just funny, and now it's not funny because we've been talking about it for like the past 20 seconds, and now it's just gone on for too long. Okay, and I can't take this anymore. I'm going crazy.
You'll get this rent when you fix. You'll get your rent when you fix this darn door.
Right.
That's edgy. I wish I had that energy. You'll get this rent when you fix this darn mailbox.
He's so funny in that movie. Like, Spider-Man 3 is not great, but it shines in some parts, you know?
Do you think I could call Yuri Lowenthal and have him call my landlord as scary Spider-Man and be mad at them so that they fix my mailbox?
Yeah, probably.
That's the plan now. I'm going to do that.
Yeah. I think this is interesting, too, because we haven't really seen... Like, that was the last time we really saw this sort of iteration of a symbiote Peter Parker, you know, was that movie. We haven't really seen this version of Peter Parker in that context. And I think it's interesting because he's not just mean. You know what I mean? He's like
angry.
Yeah, he's like wound up.
Yes. High strung.
Yeah, and I like that. I think that's interesting. You know, it's a little bit different from just like, I'm a mean guy now because I'm like got an alien, you know, living inside me or whatever. It's just interesting.
I think I'm mostly just disappointed by the lack of a release date, even though I do think the game looks like as incredible as I expected. It didn't blow me away because I was like, it's Insomniac. Of course, this is how it looks, you know? Because it's a visual upgrade over the PS4 one. but also I just am excited to play it because I think it's just a fun gameplay loop, and I'll do it again happily.
Yeah, I'm excited for the dual Spider-Mans. I think being able to switch between them is going to be really fun.
Yeah. Well, that was the PlayStation Showcase. It was bad.
Oh.
It was a lot of fun to watch because we watched it as a group, and that was good. But, oh my goodness. Rough show.
Rough show.
It
was really rough.
Mm-hmm.
Would not recommend it.
No, watch the trailers of the games we talked about, except Foam Star. Well, no, watch the Foam Stars trailer. You need to know.
You know what? Do whatever you want. It's your life. If you want to watch the whole PlayStation Showcase, you do that.
You know what you could do instead of that?
What?
Play video games.
No way.
I played a lot of Zelda. My updated thoughts, it's bad now.
Oh.
No, it's incredible. It's pretty.
Can you imagine? I played for 50 more hours and I decided that it's bad.
Yeah, I hate it. No, I love it. I did like all the towers. I've done 2 of the major story quests. I've done almost 80 shrines. I've been busy. But yeah, I'm just going to keep at it. I don't really have new thoughts other than, wow, it's good.
Right.
Do you have anything more than what we've said?
No, I mean, I think we've really covered a lot. I mean, we can talk about this game and talk about new things about this game until the cows come home. Which, cows, if you're out there, please come home. I miss you. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm discovering more and more as I'm unpeeling it, you know?
Yeah.
And there are still things that I see other people like do online or they have online, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know, like, what? I don't even know that's a thing. So when I come and visit you soon, I'm going to take your amiibos and I'm going to use them on my Switch so I can get all sorts of fun things.
Okay. I don't have a lot of Zelda amiibos, though.
I know. I'm not going to use the Zelda amiibos.
Oh. The regular amiibos just give you, like, apples
Meat.
and stuff. Yeah.
I saw someone do a bunch of their, like, amiibo cards, like their villager amiibo cards from Animal Crossing.
Oh, my God.
And
they got
they
meat.
just kept getting a bunch of meat.
That's so messed up.
I don't know if it was just, like, a meme video or if that's actually what happens.
No, that is.
Like,
but you get it for everything.
it's like, oh, my God.
Like, I scanned my Samus amiibo, and it was like, here's some meat.
Wow. Here's some cake. That's what it should have said.
Ooh, good one.
Thanks, guys. I'll be here all week.
I did play something new, though. I'm only a couple hours in, so I'm not going to give very long impressions, but I've played Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the sequel to Fallen Order that came out just a few weeks ago. I started it up. I've played a couple hours. Since I talked about that game pretty recently, I won't go too in-depth on the general flow of the game. You play as a Jedi. You're exploring worlds. That's really all you need to know. I think that you get to keep all of your abilities from Fallen Order from the very start, which I think is a really fun way to make the game feel fast-paced. Cal, the main character, definitely moves a lot quicker, and there's very snappy movement mechanics now. I think it's just a thrill to play. I'm genuinely surprised how much better it feels than the first game, which already was pretty good. I think that the story is kind of taking a backseat and more focusing on some pretty nice character writing, and I think that improves things a lot because I don't care about the story of these games. Star Wars is such a played-out canon. I don't care. But if you have some nice fundamental characters interacting with each other, fundamental character interactions, that's not a good word choice. Anyway, it brings something to it. You know, the table is fuller than it was before. Graphically, it's incredible. There's some issues on PS5. I know at launch it was even worse, but I've noticed some weird frame dips. There's been quite a bit of screen tearing. But it's not unplayable by any stretch. It's just weird. There's been some visual glitches. There's like a character that dies in the very beginning of the game, and Cal like checks her heartbeat by putting his fingers on her neck, and her eyes are like, you know, like dead looking ahead. And then for the last like couple frames before it cut away, her eyes like moved, and I was like, ah!
That's so scary.
Yeah.
That was not intentional?
No. Like she's dead, but like the eyes are like set to like not move, and then they like in the last couple frames they accidentally like turned on auto track again, so they looked up.
Oh,
it was really
that is really scary.
And I like tried to get a capture, but you couldn't see it in the capture because it was like a couple frames, and the PlayStation capture only lets you pause per second, and I was like, dang it. But oh well. It was spooky. But that was like, it wasn't an emotional scene. It was like the very start. I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna play more. I will finish this game at some point. Sadly, I will be distracted because I am gonna try out Street Fighter 6 when it comes out in a couple days here. The impressions on the internet are kind of insane. I thought this game would be like a solid 8 out of 10 kind of affair, but alas, it is tied with Smash for the highest rated fighting game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wowee.
I'm now excited to play it, and I'm curious what it is going to what's it's going to hold for me.
Yeah, I might,
Watch
I
me
love
play.
a game with character customization and a storyline. So, who knows? Maybe I'll dust off my old fighting game chops.
Oh. Okay.
What did you think I was going to say?
I don't know. I was like, do you have like a fighting controller?
No. I did play Naruto Ninja
Mark of the Ninja Storm.
Heroes of Storm. Yeah, something like that when I was like 13 on my Wii.
Well, you could try Street Fighter 6 next time I see you.
Sure, yeah.
Turn on auto battle so you just press the buttons and do cool things.
Yeah.
And I will be playing as just Cammy.
Right. As you should. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Happy anniversary to this show.
Woo!
Happy anniversary.
We did it.
We did it.
2
Hooray.
years. We did it. Oh.
I thought we were doing the Dora.
No, I'm sorry.
Now we see we did it. Dun, 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 dun. We went across the forest and recorded a podcast. We did it. We did it.
We did it.
Hey.
We did it.
And when you turn on Spotify, you listen to Talking Games. We did it. Thank you for stopping, because I would have had to keep going.
I think it needed to end. It needed to be like brought out to the backyard and given a noble death.
Just like this show. Nope.
Oh.
We're gonna be here for at least another 17 years. That's my promise.
Oh wow, that's really quite the promise.
Well, we'll be here for another week. That's all I can really promise at any given point, that we will be back next week.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'm so excited to talk to you again next week about more video games. Bye.